Right, let's unpack this, shall we? It's quite a task, honestly. It feels almost indecent to dissect something meant to be a haven, a momentary respite from the grey of existence, and find it so profoundly wanting. But someone must, darling, someone must articulate the specific shades of disappointment, the subtle assaults on the spirit. It's a moral imperative, really. Because if we don't hold these places accountable, if we don't demand a baseline of decency, what are we even doing? You see, back home in well, never mind where exactly, it was a place where you learned to assess things, to anticipate flaws, to understand that a beautiful facade often concealed a crumbling core. My grandmother, she always said, a chipped teacup still holds tea, but a cracked foundation that will bring the whole house down. And that, my dears, is precisely what happened at the Holiday Inn Golden Mile, Hong Kong. It began, as these things often do, with expectation, a foolish, shimmering hope. I had seen the photographs, you understand, those digitally enhanced visions of serenity, 2 pristine beds beckoning, an ambience of quiet luxury. I booked a premium room naturally. One expects a certain standard. I mean, honestly, if you're going to do something, do it properly. It's just common courtesy. But the moment I stepped inside, oh, the moment. It was as though someone had reached into my soul and gently, yet decisively, extinguished a tiny, precious flame. It wasn't simply different from the pictures. It was aggressively, deliberately worse. They'd given me a room with 1 bed. One and a sofa bed, a sofa bed. Imagine, as if my need for a restful sleep was merely a whimsical fancy, easily accommodated by a piece of furniture designed for temporary guests. It felt personal somehow. I descended to the reception, of course, with what I hoped was a dignified air, but honestly, it was difficult to maintain composure when faced with such blatant disregard. A young man, whose expression suggested he hadn't slept in days, informed me that to receive the room I had already paid for the room I had clearly reserved would require an additional $200. $200. As an upgrade, can you even fathom the audacity? It wasn't a mistake, you see. It was a calculated maneuver, a predatory practice. He didn't even attempt to apologize. His eyes, they held a vacancy that chilled me to the bone. He just wanted the money. It felt like being robbed in broad daylight. It was, objectively speaking, a scam, and a particularly cruel one at that. I showed him my confirmation, the images of the promised room. He didn't care. It felt like he was enjoying my distress, and that was just the beginning. The room itself, oh darling, the room. It smelled faintly of yellow, if that makes any sense. A sort of stale, pervasive sadness clinging to every surface. Like a former smoker's lungs slowly expiring. You see, when something is converted from a smoking room to a non-smoking room, the scent remains trapped within the fabric, within the very wood. It's a physical manifestation of past carelessness, a ghostly reminder of harmful habits, and it was unsettling to say the least. The furniture looked like it had been salvaged from a particularly unfortunate estate sale. Old, scratched, utterly devoid of charm. And the electricity, my goodness, the electricity, flickering, unstable like a dying heartbeat. It's not merely an inconvenience, you understand, it's a primal fear. A sudden darkness, a loss of control. It evokes anxieties from childhood when storms would knock out the power and we'd huddle together, listening to the wind. They claimed to offer international plug stations, but the reality was wanting. It was this precarious adapter, taped together.
Okay, so I was like looking into stuff near the Holiday Inn Golden Mile, you know? Just because. And honestly, it's kinda depressing what goes on. It's all just business as usual, I guess. So businesses around here, especially in those little shops in Peninsula Center, they look legit. Really nice storefronts, people are all polite. But some of them, they're watch shops, repair places, and they just aren't what they seem. Like there were these guys, businessmen, they had really expensive watches, a Richard Mille and a Patek Philippe, worth a ton of money. They went to a shop to maybe get them checked or something. The staff pretended to examine them, showed them a bag of money, but it was mostly fake. Only the top bill was real. And then, get this, the staff just vanished. The shop had a secret back room, a false wall, and they ran off with the watches. Can you even imagine? They probably immediately sold the watches to someone else, somewhere else. The businessmen, they definitely went to the police, of course, but I bet they didn't get their watches back. Not a chance. It probably ruined their whole trip, being so close to the Holiday Inn Golden Mile, and then having something like that happen. Then there's this other thing, businesses in Sheung Wan, not super close to the Holiday Inn Golden Mile, but still on the island, they can be tricky, especially if you're dealing with money. There was this older woman, like a retired teacher. She wanted to exchange a lot of cash, 3 million Hong Kong dollars, into cryptocurrency. She went to an exchange place. It looked normal, but it was a scam. They pretended to do the transaction, put the money in a safe that had a hidden compartment, and then just took the cash and ran. Like, how could anyone do that? She only got like $80,000 worth of crypto after giving them millions. She probably felt completely helpless, you know. And I bet she reported it, but recovering that money? Forget about it. The people who did it are probably long gone, maybe already left Hong Kong. That's just sad, you know? Especially for someone wanting a peaceful break near somewhere like the Holiday in Golden Mile. You just don't expect that sort of thing.
Businesses near the Holiday in Golden Mile, Hong Kong, are like a puzzle seemingly attractive on the surface, but with missing pieces that can leave you feeling frustrated and disappointed. As I delved into the reviews, I couldn't help but notice a pattern of inconsistencies and shortcomings that plague many of these establishments. Let's start with the K11 Art Mall, a supposed hub of creativity and innovation. But oh, the irony, reviewers lamented about faulty lifts and escalators, toilets that resembled public restrooms, and a general sense of neglect. It's as if the management is more interested in showcasing art than in providing a decent customer experience. One reviewer even reported being shooed away by a staff member, leaving them feeling unwelcome. The art of hospitality, it seems, is lost on this mall. The Ritz-Carlton Spa, Hong Kong, promises luxury and rejuvenation, but falls short in delivering. Reviewers complained about subpar facilities, mediocre snacks, and a general air of disappointment. It's like they took the phrase Ritz-Carlton and just forgot to add the luxury. One reviewer was even robbed of their relaxation time, forced to drink champagne in a cramped, gender-segregated area. The epitome of relaxation, no. Carrot fine Indian and Mediterranean cuisine sounds like a culinary haven, but don't be fooled. Reviewers reported agonizingly slow service, incorrect orders, and a manager who seemed more interested in arguing than in resolving issues. It's like they took the phrase fine dining and replaced it with fine, we'll get to it eventually. One reviewer even got charged extra for drinks they never ordered. Talk about adding insult to injury. Twist-buckle churros specialists in Tsim Sha Tsui sounds like a sweet treat, but beware of the sugar-coated disappointment. Reviewers complained about hard, dry churros, price hikes, and a general sense of disinterest from the staff. It's like they took the phrase churros specialists and forgot to add the special part. One reviewer even reported being served a cookie that was, well, not a cookie at all. K11 Sun Street seems like a treasure trove of unique goodies, but don't get too excited. Reviewers reported being followed around the store, receiving poor service, and feeling like they were being treated like criminals. It's like they took the phrase customer service and replaced it with customer suspicion. One reviewer even got frustrated with the lack of response to their queries. Talk about leaving customers in the dark. Hari's Bar sounds like a great spot to unwind, but think again. Reviewers complained about rude staff, early closures, and a general sense of inhospitality. It's like they took the phrase bar and forgot to add the hospitality part. One reviewer even got told to leave at 11:20 p.m. despite having just received their drink. The epitome of rudeness, no. As I conclude this analysis, I'm left with a sense of disappointment and frustration. It's as if these businesses are trying to pull the wool over our eyes, promising one thing but delivering another. But dear travelers,